Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 25 past 10 on, what is it, Tuesday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. There's one thing about horses, I'll tell you something. You never get it right, and you think you have it sort of down pat after studying. They always come up to bite you something, and today was one of those days. There's two or three tracker horses running today. First one that I wrote down yesterday was Run Forest Run, and after it was Needs Cut, I think I wrote down. On this day last year we had 3 selections. I just checked back there earlier today just to make me feel worse. We had 3 selections this day last year. Run Forest Run and Zephron won in Cork. The same 2 races that I had the selections for today. Same 2 races. But there was heavy ground last year. I thought Run Forest Run needed heavy. He won on good to Yielding today. I'm glad for anyone that backed him, but he drifted from 5-1 out to 9s. But of all the horses to win the race, and that's the reason I was picking the unexposed, I thought, horse that I did, Little Mimi, but that drifted out like a bird. I don't know what was the story with them. I didn't see much potential today, not as much as the last day. I just thought with the ground that I'd stick it in today. The other one drifted out to 9s at one stage. Let's say Fernanda. When I seen the head on afterwards, it broke terrible. It broke at least 3 or 4 places out to the left. I knew it didn't get off to the best of starts, but it was in good position. Down in class, one snug enough. It was always going to get there when it was in good position coming down the turn. But I was thinking what a double it would have been if I'd stuck in Run Forest Run. If there was a little more cut on the ground last night, I'd have left it. But anyway, as I say, we got off to a winning start for the month and for the week anyway, so not too bad. But I was ruining making a change of mind. Mind wasn't as clear. I was just thinking I made a few errors in real life as well the last couple of days. So the mind is slightly in an upheaval, but we'll cope with it. Tomorrow Sly goes on. I might go. I think it's an all chase card. I didn't get a chance. Well, I was sort of browsed through it and nothing sort of stuck out that I'd put up. And I was talking to a couple of days, were saying, give me one for tomorrow, and Sligo. Might go, the day is fine. Could do buying a shirt maybe for the weekend. Well, I don't need to buy one, but I might buy one. It's always nice to buy something when you're going away. Where are we? We are going to Nottingham first tomorrow. We have a bus horse running. A bus horse. We'll go an each way bet on this at 9-2. It's All About You. Has won first the last twice. So we got to stay loyal. Going for a hat trick. 2 nice SPs there. 5-1 and 11-4. The last time it won was the middle leg of a Trixie that I hit with Vauban and one that ran in. Where's that Goodwood, was it? So it got tired. The 1-6 might suit it more so than the 2 mile. When you look at this, he got tired. Well, I know the ground was terrible, but it'll go in the ground because this was heavy in Fast Lass this day. He's up in class now, without a doubt. It's the final race
now,
tomorrow.
It's All About You is going to sail on by very quickly, here. And It's All About You taking it up now. The others are really toiling. Diamonda Vandisi on the right, Harakama in the centre, Kibana Habana is plugging on. but it looks all about, it's all about you. 2 or 3 lengths clear of Russian Rumour as they make their way inside the final quarter mile. It'll feel like a long way home here. They're really struggling in the ground, and it's all about you. Clear in second. Russian Rumour hasn't stopped trying, still with 3 lengths to make up the early leader, and it's all about you is definitely emptying now inside the final furlong, getting pretty tired. Russian Rumour getting the margin down a little bit. It's all about you from Russian Rumour. It's all about you. It's getting desperate, but he'll just see it out and win. It's all about you from Russian Rumour in second.
He was running out of fuel, but he stayed on gallantly. So tigerish, gutsy performance on that ground. Previous time it was good ground, but if you look, he went up, what was it, £4 for that. So he's off 79. But if you look back, he started off in the low 80s. So he won on soft ground. He broke his maiden. So who's on him tomorrow? I know Aidan Cagney isn't. Keith O'Neill. Yeah, it's a final of there's a good card there tomorrow. There's an inspection in the morning, I see, but you'd imagine that it should go ahead in Nottingham. I'd go each way on that if you get 9-2. You'll probably drift in the morning to 5-1. The markets are all over the Cape this weather. We have Musselburgh. There's one here that I wrote down when I seen it running the last time. Must back next time. This is gone over to Ben Haslam. It's sort of Ben. He normally gets them when they're finished hurling here in Ireland at 8, 9 or 10 years of age and tries to get the win out of them. This one is only a 4-year-old filly. Well bred by Highland Reel out of Ger's Girl. She was a decent mare. This used to be with Gavin Cromwell. And 3 maiden hurdles with the handbrake on. 3 maiden runs on the flat, handbrake on. 100-1, 200-1 and 200-1. 2 handicap hurdles got a rating of 95. No good, out of here. But then they sent it over. Went off 16-1. In JP's colours here, has a rating, it looks to be nicely handicapped, but depends where the handbrake is tomorrow.
In second, back in third, My Boy Max as they now come across towards the near side. It's Grey Nile about now to be tackled on both wings towards the near side by Scylla, Double the Trouble, and also Unique Spirit, who has bagged the near side rail. Meanwhile, over on the far side, it is Oasis Prince who is trying to rally. Crystal Guard from a long way back is staying on together with Reeler in. Just a furlong to go, 4 in line. Double the Trouble with on the near side Unique Spirit. Rallying Grey Nile over on the far side tenaciously. Scylla is still there pitching. Another 50 yards to go. Double the Trouble is in the centre. It's going to be very tight. Double the Trouble in the centre. On the far side that was Grey Nile, and on the near side Unique Spirit.
Definitely would need a shower after that effort by the jockey. What did he come off and say, I wonder then, to Ben Haslam? Let's go on the turf, good ground. I hope that's what he said. This is the mile 6. There's a race in that. Will it be tomorrow? As who knows that? Only probably JP. Will it be today or not today? It'll be either one or the other. I backed to there 3-1 with Hills a few minutes ago. It's 11-4 round thing. Bamboo Bay won the last year, but it took all its time to get there in a Midland race. This is capable, but is it tomorrow or not? I don't know. I'm going to take a chance at it. Reel her in. I hope she does reel them in. I have Kempton up here. What was I looking at in Kempton? I was looking at William Twee, Bus Horse. Won a couple of times before for us, and then it won the last time in Wolverhampton, wasn't it? Decent little horse, this. Better on the Goo. On the Goo, it's 4 and 3, 7 times placed. 7 times in the first 3. There was a big pot this day too. And I think the time was decent, wasn't it? 1:13. I thought it was a bit quicker. Won by a nose. 72 fav.
Has now been headed by Intervention on the inside, moving really well for the Northern Connor Bees. The Intervention now strikes the front. Here comes
Twee.
King's Lynn, though, down the outside, and Willem Twee is making stealthy headway out wide for the east. Up front, though, it's King's Lynn. Far side, Marine Wave is battling away too for the Northern Ushinor. And on the outside, Willem Twee is coming home hard for the east. Going to get very close.
William Twee. Is it? I thought it was William Twee. Twee would be TWAY, where I went to hedge school. But he knows what he's talking about, I probably don't. Anyway, there's a couple there. If that ever came back to Forum, Go Bears Go, that won a Group 2 for us a couple of years ago. You'd imagine that should be good enough to win. There's good racing at Nottingham tomorrow. There's an outsider here that's worth a chance. It's 18-1. Powdering. When I looked at this race, the first thing I was looking down along to see was there any fast company horses, and there isn't. I think there's only one running tomorrow in England. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, but it's a bit out of form, but it'll like the ground. But I spotted Ribchester, who loved cut, and Acclamation Mayor loved cut. Powdering. So then I went to look and it says, has this ran well on soft ground? We go back to when it was with Kevin Ryan. 1 off 67. Ran once on soft ground from when it was rated 67. Ran middle. Seems to have improved when it left the yard. Started off on 63. One off 55, then 1 off 60, 65. But the best time it ran, actually, was when it was rated 71. It was soft ground in Beverley. It absolutely hosed up. I'll show you the race in a minute. And then it ran in Kempton on ground that wouldn't be as suitable. And this looks to be in the target. I always would love to see the third run after a layoff. And it has gone down to 75, isn't it? 76. So it's only £5 higher than when it won on soft ground. Just have a little look at the last day it ran.
In the dark blue sleeves of
This is it
overlooked
here.
at the back. Up the hill they come
Weren't too
inside
busy
the
on it,
three. It just
and it
takes
ran well
time.
enough.
Tackled by Magical Merlin. Not much to choose between the two. Right behind them is Princess Alex. OB Joe gets a squeeze on, trying to pick up out wide is Powdering. Paladin needs a little bit of room behind the pace. They're back towards the final furlong and a half. It just takes time off the front by a half length to Magical Merlin. Princess Alex being delivered late. Then Paladin to the inside and Powdering still trying to power right over the top to the near side. It just takes time. Challenged by Princess Alex. Powdering coming fast and late. It just takes time trying to fend them off from the front, digging really deep. It just takes time. Makes off on Mark Walford and Jack Garrity. Princess Alex for second, tied behind.
I don't think he wanted to win that, because if he did, he'd be carrying a penalty tomorrow. And he's actually dropped a pound, wasn't he? But this is the day on soft ground over the same course and distance.
Still travelling well, but off the pace as they move now uphill to the final 2 furlongs. Powdering coming there strongly on the outside with I'll be seeing you Chalet and the weakening El Montejean. Down the outside next races Evocative Spark, trying to stay on with after that one Huguemont, and not much coming from Touchwood. It's down the outside Mickey Mongoose, but now Powdering goes on. Half a furlong left to go. She's in great form, isn't she? And just watch her go again. Joanna Mason, Powdering, powering home, 1 by 3. Tight for...
She's only a 4-year-old. They're paying 4 places in this. It's worth a gamble. Half a pint each way, we'll say. It's 18-1 all over there. They're paying 4 every bookie there. There's a lot of them there that has ran well lately, but they're being penalised for their wins. And what, there's 3 last time, 2 last time outrunners. It's worth a shot, I think. It's only a 4-year-old, and the way it's bred, and it might have been campaigned for this pot in mind. Now, I could be as far out as the Lighthouse. But the other selection too reel her in, but there's something that's worth taking the gamble. Yes. Off we go to Bellewstown. There's one running tomorrow, but I don't think is it soft to heavy in places? That'd suit one earlier in the card. Well, I'll get this out of the way first. Winner of this race last year was Mickey the Steel. And last year, I think Steve put it up last year and I didn't. He's rated 81 now, right? But it's his first time out, but it could have been campaigned for this race. Because last year when it won, it was 82, so it was a pound higher. And there was a £7 claimer on it. There's a £10 claimer. Sam Cohen is on claiming 10. And he's 1 for 7. He's nice little, it's Ben's brother, younger brother, isn't it? But if you look at this first time out, it's not too bad. On heavy ground last March of 23, it was 2nd of 14 on over 6 on heavy ground in Naas. And if you go back to September after a break as well, it was 3rd in the maiden of 22 on soft ground in the Corra. And if you go back to March of 22, it was 2nd of 11 on good to Yielding. So runs fairly all right first time out. The fact that it's 5 furlongs as well, and the bigger fact is there's drawn well. This was drawn last year in 4. Track the leaders asserted and kept on strongly. Wesley Joyce was claiming 7 at the time. And it's in trap 1 this year. Now the favourite is Inishmore Prince. It won first a couple of times before in Dundalk, but it has never ran really well on heavy ground. The Kempton that wins in Dundalk won't win on heavy ground in my eyes. And if you look at it right back there, has it ever ran on? It ran on soft ground here in Navan. 'Twas 10th of 15, beaten 8 3/4 or 8 1/4. Yielding to soft, and it was 3rd once on heavy ground. That's the only time it has encountered heavy ground. I know it's only a second lifetime start, but Mickey the Steel will go on it. It's in trap 1 this time. If it gets out and gets the rail, could be hard. You'd imagine they're gearing this up after winning last year. Similar to Run Forest Run today. They were aiming at that today. It's locally trained. There's 7 in this race tomorrow. I know Inishmore Prince they're on to the outside, but will it go on the ground? Mickey the Steel win. Young Cohen, bring it home. So that's about it. I was looking at Sligo, the first race. They're all chases. There's a horse there, but it's that we backed in, wasn't it Ballinrobe? Philip Rillans owned, Gordon Elliott trained. No, it was in Wexford we backed it, was it? No, it was in Ballinrobe this day. Ran terrible. But first time over fences, sent him over to a novice handicap chase in Perth. And there was 130 rated horse behind him, 135, 125 and 116. Dripsy Moon, an inform horse, ran that to, I know he was getting a lot of weight, but that was a decent run, first time out. over fences, and it's only 6. Brazil, the former Boodles winner, is the Fav, and Hypotenuse. For which Sligo tomorrow, I wouldn't mind having a bet on him, I think, in the first race. At that, the odds, a pity there isn't 8 in it to get an each way bet on it. Anyway, she can't be greedy. Just I'm waffling on a long time tonight. Anyway, Arc Week. I see the supplements will be in tomorrow. I wonder will they go with Blue Stocking or not. The Japanese are rowing in behind, and that'll put the markets on the tote in Paris on Sunday. They'll be emptying their pockets into the Japanese horses, so there'll be a false price on them, and that'll affect the industry price as a result as well. So it's hard to know what to do. So bash the bookies, over and out.